All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Caden. I'm Coach Caden at Coach Hayward, and today we're going to be talking about how to eliminate bloating once and for all. So this training's for anybody who is dealing or suffering with constant bloating. Your stomach, let's say, feels terrible. You're not feeling good in your body, because bloating sucks. Like I know for myself personally, I was when my diet was horrible when I first started working out. I would be going to bed every night with like a pregnant belly, and it was terrible. I didn't sleep well. I woke up in the morning feeling sick to my stomach, almost puking. I would puke some mornings, and it was terrible. It sucked. So today I'm going to teach you guys on how you can eliminate your bloating so that way you can get back to feeling better. Because if you think about it, imagine how better your mental health would be if you didn't have to deal with constant bloating every single day. Right? That would be so much better, wouldn't it? So all I ask is that if you do get something out of this training today, guys, make sure you like and subscribe so that way other people can see it. And other than that, let's dive into today's training. So we're going to talk about three main things. It's going to be a quick training. We're going to talk about what is it, just a brief explanation of what bloating actually is so you guys know, what causes it, and how to fix it. So first and foremost, we got here in the corner, we've got what is it? So when your belly is basically full and tight, and it's usually because of gas, okay? Most of the time, if you have bloating going on, it's because of gas. But it's because it's when your belly is like full, it's tight, it's uncomfortable, right? That's what bloating is. So, guys, what causes it? Well, the first thing that causes it is the foods we eat. All right. So I'm going to go over the quick list here on the foods we eat. So beans. Did you know that if you want to reduce bloating with beans, I believe if you like soak them and then eat them slowly, I believe that can help. Or like don't eat as many with your bloating if you do want to eat beans. But beans definitely cause bloating. Okay, like the saying goes, right? You eat more beans, you're gonna fart and stuff. So yeah, anyways, beans, lentils, carbonated drinks, definitely, I'm sure we can all relate to that one. Cruciferous veggies, which is very interesting. So the ones that help with like flushing estrogen out of your system, getting your estrogen more balanced if you do have higher levels of estrogen. Cruciferous vegetables will also cause bloating too, which is very interesting. The next, so some of those just like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. Now the next one is wheat, and then also onions, dairy, and beer. Now, these different foods, some of the reasons why is because the foods itself, the high fiber, but also, excuse me, also too, if you have an intolerance, right? Like if you're lactose intolerant, gluten-free, whatever it may be, right? So those are some foods there, guys, that we can watch out for. Now, the next things here is other stuff is like digestive issues. So if you have like bacterial overgrowth going on, you might need some probiotics. The next thing is just gas overall, just gassy, constipation, stuff like that. Food intolerances, like I just mentioned, your cycle. So ladies, your menstrual cycle, it's common to have some bloating going on. So, and also fluid retention. So expect fluctuations on the scale when that happens. The next thing too is you having high fiber. So if you don't have enough fiber, it can also affect it, but also if you have too much fiber. So when it comes to incorporating fiber into your diet, you want to slowly add it in and then keep consistent with it. And eventually that's going to help actually flush things out. So that is some other stuff that causes bloating. Now, I would say like one of the biggest things here when it comes to fixing it, the very first thing that we can do, and a lot of dietitians will get you to do, is an elimination diet, right? So it's where we take one thing out of your diet, we completely cut it out, do that for a whole week or so, see how you feel. So cut out with dairy, then we'll cut out meat or whatever it may be that they think is going on with your gut health. So that's the first one that you can do to fix this is an elimination diet. Have a journal for 7 days, see what feels best in your body and what doesn't feel good in your body. The next things that we can do is peppermint. So peppermint, like teas, certain kind of teas, dandelion, I think helps with like water retention. But peppermint tea can help, and peppermint oil, like pills as well, because it basically is going to help you like relaxing your stomach muscles. Now, the next thing here is magnesium supplements are shown to actually help as well. Guys, the more trainings I do, the more I fall in love with magnesium because it's so helpful with so many things. Like I take it every night for my sleep glycinate, and it's so good for sleep. It's crazy. If you're not on the magnesium train yet, like you should probably look into it. With magnesium supplements, probiotics. So that's if you have bacterial overgrowth, something going on with the bacteria in your gut. Movement. So making sure you're consistently exercising is going to help with your bloating. Eating enough fiber. Water. So you got to drink enough water, making sure you drink enough water. These are not necessarily things that are going to help fix it at this point. Like when it comes to drinking enough not water, this is more so to avoid it, right? So to avoid it, drinking enough water. The next thing to avoid it is staying away from bad foods like processed foods and fried foods, stuff like that. And then lastly, another way to kind of figure it out and not necessarily fix it is an elimination diet, right? Figuring out what goes on in your stomach. So quick, to the point training, but this is how you're going to eliminate bloating. So your action steps after you watch this, if you want to eliminate your bloating, is I would personally reflect if I were you. I would reflect upon my whole week and how I usually feel. And then I would look at all these foods lists here and I would see if those are in my diet. And then if I were you, I would practice cutting out one thing at a time to see how you feel, making sure that you're drinking enough water, making sure you're eating enough, fiber, little things like that you should be doing. But then I would look at, again, reflect upon all the things that all this list here of foods and other stuff, and then I would just reflect upon my week and when I feel bloating, and I would just look at like, when does this happen? Why does this happen? What am I eating at those times? What's going on? And then I would cut one thing out, and then I would see the next day how it feels. If it doesn't do anything, I cut the next thing out, add that back in, and see how it feels, and then just do that until eventually you get down to it and you figure out what's causing your bloating. But with bloating, you can lose a couple inches. Like, it's crazy. If you can fix your bloating, your core is going to show more. You're not going to have much puffiness around your waist area, and you're going to feel so much better. All right. So that's today's training, guys. So quick to the point. That's how we want it, though. I know you guys don't want to be watching these 30-minute trainings I do all the time. So quick to the point for you. If you did learn something new, though, make sure you like and subscribe. If there's a certain topic you want a training on, I typically do these Monday to Friday. So if you want something to learn about, drop down below in the comments, and I'll do a whole training up for you to help you out. All right. But again, make sure you like and subscribe so other people can see this to help themselves. I hope you enjoy this training. I'll see you guys on the next one.